Are you excited for the surprise sock along? It starts on Thursday and you're gonna need to get your yarn wound. So make sure you've got your yarn and your needles. We're gonna do the very first surprise sock along, which means you're gonna get the first part of the instructions on Thursday at a surprise time. It'll be early European time. So when you wake up in North America, you should have the instructions. And by the late afternoon, evening time in Japan and Australia, you should still get some evening knitting done on Thursday. So make sure you're signed up by getting the Contrast Blast socks. And when you sign up on Ravelry or at Westknits.com, you're gonna get an intro PDF with all of the needle and swatching and yarn combination ideas, so you can be ready to cast on Thursday. Are you ready? So make sure you've got your yarn all wound up. You need two colors, a main color and a contrast color. And you can decide which one is which by saying, which one do you want to see more of? That's the main color. And the contrast color is good as like an accent color. So your main color is what we're gonna see the most of, and I am gonna tell you what we're gonna knit top down, okay? So we're gonna start at the top of the sock, work our way down. So make sure you've got both yarns wound for clue 1. The main color we're gonna see a little bit more of. So these are not the surprise socks, but this is a good main color contrast color relationship. You see more of the main color, that yellow, it's the dominant color, and your contrast color is gonna be like an accent, but in an entirely different way, an even better way for the Contrast Blast socks. So if you're feeling bold and you want that color pop to be your main color, go for it. This was a really fun combo. I think that dark purple would be a good main color with the little bright contrast color, neon orange. But if you want to go really bold, then take that crazy color as your main color, and it's gonna be amazing. So get your yarns wound. If you're still looking for your color combinations, the most safe type of color combo is to get 2 solid yarns in a high contrast, and that's gonna be a really good blast of contrast for the socks. 2 solids, a light and a dark, and you can't go wrong with that. If you're still looking around in your stash or shopping around at your local yarn shop for colors, if you see those speckly yarns, you can use them, but not together. These are gonna blend too much together. So if you have a funky color changing yarn or a self-striping yarn or something speckled, pair it with something really bold and opposite from what that splashy color is. So take the fun colors as your contrast and put it with a really deep main color, or something like this would be amazing. You've got some splashy speckles, and then get something really bold that contrasts with everything going on in that contrast color. So main color, contrast color. If you want to get extra prepared for this Thursday's cast on, you could wind your cakes, and then you could divide each color equally into, this is 100 grams. You could divide this into 2 little 50-gram cakes if you want to knit your socks simultaneously. So I'm going to walk you through all the techniques on Thursday, but just so you know, you can just knit 1 sock for the whole knit along in the month of July and then knit the other sock later. Or if you're feeling extra surprisey and extra blasty, you can knit 2 socks simultaneously. So wind up your yarns and then split them in half so you have 2 balls of each color. And you could knit both socks at the same time, but you would need, I recommend using 2 sets of needles. So if you're doing DPNs, then you need 2 sets of DPNs to work on one sock, the right sock, and then work on the left sock as soon as you finish the right sock. Or if you're knitting with circulars using the magic loop, you'll need a needle like this. And yeah, I recommend getting 2 pairs. That's how I would do it. And if you have any other sock method, some of you knit 2 socks at a time on the same needle. Yeah, use whatever sock techniques and needles that you like. It all works for this design, but that's your choice if you want to knit both socks every week and then have a finished pair at the end of July, or take it easy. There's a really easy amount of knitting, I think, each week. So take it easy and just knit 1 sock and have a section done each week. And then at the end of July, you'll have a beautiful sock, and then you can make the second one when you get to it. So that's all you need, your needles, your yarn. You will need a cable needle, but you could also just use a spare DPN. So we're gonna need a cable needle in week 1. What are we gonna do with that cable needle? And then just a few stitch markers. Big ones, small ones, it doesn't really matter. and that's all you need to get started. So sign up, and we're gonna cast on the first section on Thursday, but you can join anytime. So there's always several ways to participate in my mystery style knit-alongs. You just dive in head first and just do everything I tell you to do. Or those of you that like to linger behind and see what the first clue looks like first, you can wait, okay? You can see what's going on and then go, okay, I'll jump in. That's pretty cool. I'll participate now that I know what it looks like. So you can follow behind the leaders and let them do their crazy colors and knit the sock first and then see if you want to do it. But you're going to want to do it, okay? It's the best sock design I've ever made. We've done so many socks this year. Again, these are not the surprise socks. We're going to knit a section at a time throughout July, and I just went all out with this design, and there's something different every single week. So even if you haven't knit a sock before, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know with video tutorials. So when you're signed up, you'll find all the updates in your email inbox and your Ravelry inbox if you signed up on Ravelry. If you sign up at westknits.com, then you'll just get those email updates every Thursday in July until we have some beautiful new socks. So I hope you're excited. I can't wait to share all this fun work that I've been doing all summer for these contrast blast socks. And it's just a really fun time to learn something new and knit a small little bite-sized project throughout the summer with fun and some little tutorials along the way. So share your progress, let me know what colors you choose, and I'll link to some other sock resources down below so you can get prepared and in the sock knitting mode. And I just can't wait. Thursday is the cast on day. It's going to be scary and exciting, and you're going to learn something new, and it's going to be the best socks ever. So thanks for joining, and I'll see you on Thursday.